We do like a laugh on this show. And in a minute we'll be meeting comedian Charlie Hale, who's sitting very quietly in the kitchen. All right, Charlie? But we thought that this week we'd celebrate some of the Northwest legends. So we asked comedy writer and broadcaster Jimmy Wagg to dig into the classic archives. And he starts today with the master himself. We're taking a trip down memory lane with Jimmy Wagg tomorrow with another comedy hero. But now I'm joined by a thoroughly modern comic, Charlie Hale. Good to see you, Charlie.
God bless you, mate.
Nice to see you again. You've been very, very busy doing the after-dinner circuit and various big shows. But I remember you from the television show Blouse and Skirt. What's happened to that?
Yeah, well, basically they changed the format of that show and they took it down to another neck of the woods, which happens to be down south, and they changed the format, and to be honest, they ruined it.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic show. Viewing figures were going through the roof. They changed the format. You don't change the Brazilian manager didn't change a winning team.
You know, I knew you mentioned Brazil in the first 2 minutes. Brazil, Christianity and Manchester City, those are your three big things.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what I've always noticed about you? You've got beautifully curly eyelashes, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I prefer the women telling me that than the men.
But listen, what is it about comedy that binds people together?
Well, I mean, the thing is with comedy, no matter whether we're in a good mood or a bad mood, we all need lifting even more, and comedy is good for your spirit. It's proved that comedy keeps people young, and you need laughter within your spirit, you need happiness, and it's like, even like what's going on now, the war, you know, the war will kick off soon, you know, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's in a few years, and we need to have a good laugh no matter what's going on.
But you've been up against it in a way because you've refused to do blue stuff, you've refused to do anything that's racist, you've stuck with, like Les Dawson did, good old-fashioned gags, and that can't be easy really these days.
No, it's not easy because a lot of the television is taken up with student comics like effing and blind in every other word, you know, and that tends to be what people think is funny. But as I say, I used to do, you know, I could swear with the best really, but, you know, as I say, when I became a Christian and let Jesus in my life personally, I mean, I don't swear in my act at all now.
And how's that changed your act, being a born-again Christian?
Well, basically, the act is just so much more clean. There's no swearing in it, it's clean, and people love it because they always come up and say, that's fantastic, a comedian that's never swore. And they love it, you know, and I get more work, I get better work.
And there aren't that many black comedians who are successful either. Well, how much of a struggle has that been?
It can be an advantage sometimes, it can be a disadvantage. I think basically with comedy, I mean, if you're funny, it doesn't matter what colour you are, what height you are, what shape you are, if you're funny, you're funny.
Well, remember with you in the very early days when we first saw you did an impression and we didn't realise you were black till you turned round, and that added an extra kind of shock value, didn't it, in those days? Yeah, well, it does. I mean, most of the voices I do are of white people. And that's what people obviously find it funny. I mean, if somebody takes a white person off and but if a black person takes a white person off, they find it even more funny, you see. Well, we saw Les Dawson today. We've got Victoria Wood and Hilda Baker, I think, to come. Great Northwest legends.
Oh, fantastic.
And this is a great breeding ground, isn't it? And long may you continue.
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Manchester City doing well, actually.
Oh, we're doing very well.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time now, so we can't talk about City. Get off! Charlie Hale. Coming up in part 2, Corrie's